Beautiful ladies, distinguished gentlemen, how are you guys doing? Hopefully well. This is my friend Basil. He's going to be in today for a high skin fade. The machines that we'll be using is the Andis Master, the Andis zr2 Supra. We're going to be using the tpob Troll, the tpob Mini Skull, and all of this is going to be sped up about 2.5 times the speed. I have a wall mount where my telephone is mounted, so I have been stepping my game up as far as the recordings go. I knocked my head numerous times on the mount. It's close to where my head is and I'm just not used to it yet. So what I'm doing here is making the separation, and I'll be briefly standing in front of the camera for this because this is an awkward spot. And then also the barber came and he gave me a better angle for you guys. So we did the 1A, which is the 00 Speedo guard with the Andis Master closed all the way up to the line. I always like to spray a little bit of water just to get the hair to manipulate better. And there we go. I'm going in there with my tpob Psycho Blade, which is phenomenal for outlines. Now the Psycho Blade, the teeth are pretty deep in that bad boy, and that you'll see later on, it caused me a little bit of an issue when I'm cleaning up on the side of the skin fade, trying to get prepped for the box shaver, the foil shaver. So sometimes those wide tooth outliners can grab the skin. So I typically like to use the tpob Demon, which has smaller teeth, to kind of prep it on the side of the skin fade. But my Demon's kind of been a little bit out of commission. I dropped it and I haven't been able to reset the blade. So right now my Troll, I have 2 Troll clippers, and right now those are the sharpest clippers that I have. And usually it's the other way around. Usually the Troll is not the sharp clipper I use. It's the everything clipper, and then the Demon is for really tight work. We got also the barber went out for a cigarette. Here we are cleaning things up, obviously. So Basil's a fighter. He does UFC type of training, and I've had the pleasure of doing business with him for a few years now. He's a gentleman, he's a funny guy. He's serious about his craft. I see him in the gym going extra hard. So shout out to Basil, and also for him allowing us to use him for this video. So once I'm done with this part, you'll be able to get a much better view of the work that I'm doing. This is just the difficult angle that I had to get past. So I do apologize, and I'm glad that it's 2.5 the speed. There we go, we're all set. He actually later on wanted me to make that line even wider, which drives me crazy, but that's what he likes. You got to give people what they want. I'm happy with it just like that, but he wanted it wider. So that gentleman that came in, that also is taken care of, is a guy that lives in the assisted living home down the road. Pretty cool guy. People think he's weird because he's different and they stay away from him, but we've come to see a lot of these so-called weird guys are actually a lot of fun. They're really cool. So here we are. I'm doing the 4. Wherever the swirl is, I go right in the middle of the swirl and I cut that out from left to right. I'm gonna knock that down with a 4, because if not, it'll be bushy. Who knows what I was pointing at? I don't even know. Got my 000 on my Supra. You know, I've been talking so much about the Supra and the zr2 in some of my other videos that, the Supra and the 76. I've been wanting to buy a 76. I'm kind of curious about the cordless 76, see if it stands up to the legacy of the OG, you know? So we're bringing up that 000 real high because I know that this brother likes a very high fade, and I don't want to play games with him and waste any time. Going right up there, wham, bam, boom. Now we got the 5.0, gonna clean up underneath. So this 5.0 blade, it's close, but it's not super duper close because we are gonna follow up with the tpob, with the extended battery life, the way that the pissed off barber says. And shout out to the pissed off barber. Yeah, if you guys are not familiar with the story of the pissed off barber, I'll tell you briefly. He's a barber from the United Kingdom that put his money where his mouth is. Actually quite a bit of money for a middle class person. He says it was about 50, 60 grand. He went to China. He went to the same factories where the Stylecraft and the Gamma equipment is made. And I think Baby Bliss, however you say it, those clippers too. And he basically has them manufacture his clippers in the same facilities. So he also is a no middleman kind of guy. So with that being said, he can offer his clippers at a cheaper price. So he's kind of hurting the pockets of Gamma and Stylecraft. I like his tools. They're just as good as Gamma or Stylecraft, which is expensive. You see me switching back and forth between the 000 and the 50, just trying to get that weight line even. That's all I'm doing right there, nothing much. There I am with my troll, and that's just gonna be one more layer. If you pull that skin, you're gonna have it a little bit shorter, and you can play around. You can kind of let go of the stretch on the skin to get it a little longer, and you can stretch more to get it shorter. See, we're going in on this. I mean, he likes it tight, and we're gonna go in with the box shaver, and at the end you're gonna see we get this thing down as low as humanly possible. And I know the Bible says pride goeth before a fall, so I don't want to say I'm proud of the work that I do, but I'm pleased with the work that I do, you know. And anybody can do work like this. You just got to go run through the steps. So the camera is actually focusing on my head and my waves instead of on the customer. I can't control that. It's kind of redirecting it every other time my head is in the way. But there you go. You're getting that crispy focus every now and then, getting in there. So we don't got to go all the way to the bottom of the head, because we're gonna come in there. We're gonna clean it up with the box shaver anyway. And I mean, this brother has got some thick follicles, man. This machine struggles to eat through that hair. But I do like the tpob skull because it's affordable. It does the trick. They go on sale pretty often. And for one of the reasons you may not think, I actually like it very much. And that reason is because it doesn't go as close as the Andis copper foil. And that's good because you don't want to create a new line. Some of these shavers are so short that they create like an impossible line to delete. So as you see here, this shaver gives me a beautiful transition into where the troll left off. And I'm very happy with that. So guys, I recommend, just on a side note, when these clippers go on sale, buy one, buy two, buy a couple just to put away in a drawer somewhere. This is your livelihood, and inflation is getting out of control. I don't know how much longer we're gonna be able to buy affordable tools for, and you have to provide for your families, or if you're a bachelor, just even providing for yourself. You wanna make sure that you don't spend a lot. Like I think the skull, the one I'm using on him right now, I think it was on sale for like $23. What exceptional value. You know, you can make so much money with a tool that's so cheap. And I think even the regular MSRP isn't too bad. I think it's like 45 or something like that, 49. But yeah, I try to double up, triple up on things. I'm always on OfferUp or Facebook Marketplace looking for used tools, because you can find deals. I found an Andis zr2, I think it was $70. I got the cheapest Andis Master on OfferUp. I think all in it was like $32. I dropped a video on that one. That ended up being a great buy as well. And then the barber, Johnny Almonte, I found a bunch of things on there. I think he got a whole blade rack for the detachable guards, the metal Oster and Andis guards. I think he paid like $45 for the whole set. So the deals are out there. People don't know what they got. Maybe some people inherit this stuff. I really don't know. Maybe some people tried barbering and it wasn't for them. See how I'm pulling that skin real tight? There's like a little line that just happened to be there, and we pull it out with the troll. Yeah, sometimes use the corner of the clipper. You got to remember it's not a perfectly flat surface. Now we're gonna go on with the Big Daddy, the Andis Master, my first love. Ain't no replacing the Andis Master, no way, homie. Here we go. So we got the 1A at the top of the line. So directly under that is the number 1, which is the Andis Master open. So I'm gonna slowly chip away at that line. I try to show it to the video. Go down, go down, go down, chip away, chip away, chip away. I remember having a little bit of a problem with this line. Maybe because I was on camera and I made it hot for myself. I'm not really sure. But at the end, I went back and I cleaned up the line a little bit at the end of the haircut. It was just something that didn't sit right with me towards the end of that line. But I ended up working the line out, which was great. Yeah, nobody yawns as much as my boy Basil. I mean, especially when he gets bored and he puts the phone away, this brother's always yawning. Sometimes I try to keep up with some good conversation. There's almost so much crap you could talk with somebody before they're sick and tired of talking to you, you know. So generally I would go in with the Supra right here. I don't know what provoked me to go in with the Master and start creating the next guideline. I have no idea. I actually costed myself some time by doing that. But I did my next guideline with the 1.5. And now here I am going open, blending in from the 1.5 guideline. That was a mistake on my part, just in terms of time and not respecting my own time. I shouldn't have done it that way, but I did do it that way. Maybe because I was filming, I wanted to give you guys a show, but in retrospect, this is a long video, you know. So, but nonetheless, same way. We worked out the line on the other side. We did the 00, which is the 1 guard in the Andis Master Speedo Guide World, and then I blended it out. Just guardless. You know, this is the non-modified Andis Master. This one goes down to 000. So we're gonna work that line out. Man, I remember earlier in my career, everything I did was just left to right. I wasn't using the corner of the machine. I wasn't using different techniques like that, but as I've gotten older in the game, I've learned to bring the clipper to the side and really follow the grain of the hair, and all of that is so helpful. And I have to thank other YouTubers for that, because I watch these guys cut hair and I say, oh, you know what, I don't do that, I should try doing that. So I've picked up a lot from you guys. People are very nice to show their skills off, and you can pick up ideas. We're here for each other. We knocked the top down with a 6. I don't recommend a 6 for a haircut that's being combed over, but that's what Brother Basil wanted. He wanted a 6. I always try to get him to do like a 1-inch guard, which would be an 8. But this is what he wants. You gotta give people what they want. It's even hard to shape up at a 6, but this is what the brother wants. Knock it down. And by the way, I've used Speedo guides my whole career. I never had the purple double magnetic guards. Yeah, I'm tired of looking at those red guards. I think I'm gonna spray paint my guards. Yeah, just spray paint them purple or blue or something. Get a brand new set and do that. That's a number 4 right there. My 4 guard. Trying to soften that line up there. Yeah, man. 20 years of looking at those red guards. I'm kind of over it. I've had too much of that. Pretty sure it's a 2 or 3. I'll let you know in a second. I gotta get a better look. Yeah, it's a 2. Yep. Playing around with the 2 guard. So all the time I was doing Basil's hair, that guy that walked in was giving also the barber a hard time. It was actually pretty funny because he gets a $10 shave, which is all I do is hit him with a liner, and then I'll quickly run through with the box shaver real quick for the guy. But the guy can't sit still. He's constantly moving his jaw. I have no idea why. He's missing a part of his jaw. I don't know how that happened. I would never dare ask him. And maybe he has to keep moving it to reset what's there. I really don't know. So he was mad at me. He was bringing up a customer that broke my balls. So I went back to go attack that line, by the way, that I was telling you about earlier. That was the moment that I had to attack that line. You can kind of see it. It was just something that just didn't sit right. I had to fight with it right there. Yeah, so also was working on that older guy, and he wouldn't stop moving. And at the end of it all, he was bringing up this pizza guy, this guy that owns a pizza shop who gave me a hard time earlier in the week. And that's a story for another day, or maybe I'll tell it today. We'll see. So he was saying he thought it was the revenge sending me that customer because I had to do the because he sent me the pizza shop owner who gave me a hard time. There we go. I worked that line out. Now I'm happy. They came out real nice. I think I'm not done with it quite yet. I think I still got 1 or 2 guards left to go. I see a little weight, little heaviness towards the top square there. Let me see if I go back in there. Or maybe it's just showing up like that on the camera. I did this haircut 2 days ago, so I can't remember. Oh yeah, this is when Basil wanted the line even wider. Yeah, I really didn't want to do that, but I guess with him, he doesn't like to gel his hair, because if you would just use like Moco de Gorilla or like that ice gel that you always find in the hood, he would have been able to plaster it over to the side. Maybe he doesn't know about that. Maybe I'll buy him a jar, hook him up. The brother's been very generous with me over the years. These are the kind of customers you gotta always give thanks for. They're fun to do business with. The vibe is good. They don't make you uncomfortable at all. They're very generous to you. Very pleasant. You see them outside the shop. It's all love. You gotta love it, man. Gotta appreciate that. Here we go. Just gonna clean up the new wider line that I put in. You know, on camera the line doesn't look too wide, but in person it's wider than I like it. But it's not my hair, it's his hair. So you see it's been snowing the last couple of days here in New York, and we have a music school next to us, and we have an eyebrow place next to us on the other side. We're sandwiched in the middle. So fortunately, we are insulated from the top and the left and the right, so we really don't use a lot of heat, so that's nice. But this is our first big snowfall that came a few days ago, and we were made aware that it's our responsibility to shovel the front of our store and put salt. We didn't know that. We've just been here 7 months. We weren't aware. So we got into we kind of disappointed our neighbor. I guess he was under the impression that we knew that we didn't mean any harm. So we went out today to get the salt and the different things that we need. Just a side note, little shop nonsense that we were dealing with. Getting this brother his lineup. Look at that vest that I'm wearing. That was a cheap vest that I got from Kmart. I don't know if there's any Kmarts left, guys, but me and my boy DJ Mad, we went into Kmart and I saw the vest and I fell in love with it. And I said, I won't buy it until it's on clearance. And then unfortunately, it was such a beautiful store, despite it being old and out of date, and the towels were always dirty and all that stuff. We liked the store. It was convenient. I picked up that vest on the low. I think it was like 75% off by the time I got it. Sometimes, you find something that you just really like. It could be cheap. It's all about the value of things. That was something we were talking about today. It's not the brand, it's not the price, it's the value. Yeah, see, the way he likes to get his front lined up, it drives me crazy because it's already short at a 6. And then here we are trimming the bang even more so that he barely has any hair to push over to the side. But this guy's the champion. This guy's the UFC champion. So we got to give the brother what he wants, and we can't give him all the time. There you go. So So yeah, a few times I was kind of just redirecting the camera. Now he wants to do beard action. Knock the beard down with a 2. I love that Supra ZR, man. What a great clipper. I just grew up with the classic 76, and I dealt with all the obnoxious maintenance on that 76 all these years. I just could not believe that they came out with a cordless clipper that has the power and the push. I'm very impressed. Yeah, he was considering keeping that mustache, but he's not a mustache guy. He knows it. I know it. I talked him out of it because we knew. I knew at the end of the day he wasn't gonna like it. So he generally doesn't fade that whole section out of his cheek, but we did it today. We wanted to do something kind of new. When it faded that whole piece out. I like it though, I like it. It was a new look for him, it was nice. So I pulled the skin to get it a little tighter. We gotta get into that box shaver area, so we gotta make sure. Oh, and here's the debut of the mini skull. I like the mini skull. I like it for my own beard because I have very sensitive skin. So just look at my skin and it turns red and gets irritated. So I did a 1.5 there, 1A there to blend the line out. And then, you see, that older gentleman, he was there for a long time getting his shave. Poor also, he wanted to respect my price for my, because that gentleman is usually my customer, so I just charge him $10. So when I told him that all I do is the machines, he felt silly. He felt really silly. I think that's what we were joking around about right there. He felt disappointed that he felt like he played himself. We got the open double zero guard there. That is the most valuable guard in the Andis Master Pro, is that double zero. That is crazy, that guard. You know how many of those I break a year? It's ridiculous. We're gonna fade this side out. If you happen to be a new barber and you're here to pick up tips, I want to encourage you. Don't give up. Don't give up. It wasn't easy for this 15, 20 years I've been cutting hair, but man, customers like Basil, they make it worth it. They really do. You're going to build some relationships that are going to be priceless. You really are. I mean, I got yelled at by my wife a few weeks ago because this guy came in. Great customer, great person, became a friend of mine as the years passed. And the brother was in pain. Somebody that he knows passed away that it really hurt him. So I gave the brother a hug, and that's what we're here to do, lean on each other for support. And most likely, I caught COVID from him. He was sick. So, you know, she was angry about that. And I said, look, babe, these are my friends. She goes, they're your customers. I said, there's a very blurry line between friendship and customer for me, especially some of these gentlemen I've been doing business with for a long time. They know they could call me when things go bad, and I'd like to believe most of them I could call upon too. So I hear a lot of sad stories. We celebrate a lot of good things together in the shop. You know, it's a place for guys. Primarily. Every now and then you got a lady that comes in who wants a short haircut, and they're usually awesome. I think we lost a piece of footage there. I don't know, we jumped, but there you go. I don't know if I missed it or the phone died or what the case was, but there's the beard shaped up. So I don't know what happened there, guys. I just dropped in a few files into the editing software. In a way, I'm kind of glad that footage is missing because this is a long video. But if you guys stayed this long, I really appreciate you guys for checking out the video and subscribing to the channel. Subscribe, don't subscribe, it's up to you. You know, we're always going to be here anyway for you guys, whether you want to or not. So on cold days, I wear that gray vest. On the rest of the time I'm working, I work with my my tan apron, and I always throw my double zero guard in my kangaroo pouch. So Yeah, must have been a cold day that day. I don't remember. Sometimes I don't want to put the heat on too high. We do take advantage of that insulation from our neighbors. It's usually just tolerable, just comfortable. We're wrapping things up, guys. May God bless you guys. May you guys make a lot of money. I hope my commentary was entertaining. It didn't put anybody to sleep. This brother got sharp. All thanks to years of practice and him being my client and friend for a few years. So shout out to Basil. Almost done growing my hair out, guys. You see those waves? I almost got a full ponytail. Your boy wants to be Zero from Mega Man X. Yeah. Gonna head to the gym in a minute. Just putting the voiceover on this. I'm a little excited at the end of the workday. That's your time. I think I have a before and after picture I'm gonna put up at the end of this too. But cheers to 2024, my people. Wishing you guys the best. Sharing a shot of coquito with my brothers and sisters. There's the after shot with the flash, I got one without the flash for you guys. I think it's the next one. There's before. There's without the flash. And I'm out.